So we would just want to welcome you and show you what it's going to look like when the students arrive here. So they'll come off the elevator. There'll be a reception area right here with our Galen signage. Right behind you will be television and waiting area right in front of this big window right here. So there'll be a television here, all the seating area here. Student lounge will be right here. So they'll buzz in, doors here. You'll have seating, lounge area. You'll have tabletops, chairs, vending, everything that you need there for students. That's their place. This is our clinical skills learning lab. So all along this wall, you'll have 4 sets of beds, 3 on this side, 1 on the other side of this pole. Here you've got all your cabinetry and all the leftover space. We will have small tables, chairs, for our guests and for our students as they await. This is our student classroom. So as you come in, all of the seating for the students will be up this way. Boards, TVs, everything will be in the front of the room. As you scan around the back to your right will be our cabinetry for all of our models for the students to use in class and in between classes.
Phase 2 of the simulation lab, room number 1.
And the plan is for the monies that would be received from this grant is to actually make this a simulated patient room with high fidelity mannequins that would allow students to participate in patient care and even make mistakes without those mistakes being on an actual patient, because we know we learn a lot from our mistakes. So this would be learning lab or simulation room. This is the unfinished space for the school, in which we will add a simulation control room where the faculty member will actually speak as the patient to the student as the care is being rendered. And then this would be renovated into the control room, which will have cameras, video recording equipment to record the students' activity within the simulation rooms. Additionally, we want to admit anybody who wants to become a nurse, and we have limited capacity with the 1 classroom and 1 clinical learning lab. So this area would actually become a second classroom to house and do instruction for the students within the school. We know that at a minimum we would need to add another classroom, and this one will be set up with computerized testing capabilities so that students can practice taking NCLEX style testing electronically on computers.
Please provide a 2-minute description of the investment impact, including how the region's workforce will look significantly different in 5 years as a result of the project.
One of the things that we've been faced with in our workforce is a dramatic loss of jobs in the coal mining industry. And not necessarily that nursing would fit every coal miner, but it's the equivalent of pay to what the miners are accustomed to making and what our families are accustomed to making. You're looking at about a $1.8 million impact for the first graduating class here. That would be dollars that would be spent here in the economy. Right now with the traveling nurses coming in, lots of times that money ends up leaving here and it doesn't have a local impact. I think this potentially 5 years from now, we could see anywhere, 200 plus students obtaining a degree here and becoming a valuable community partner, not only for the healthcare services, but also for the economic growth in our community.
We currently have 165 RN vacancies for clinical nursing staff that does bedside nursing or management of the bedside nursing. And we have 125 agency staff at our Hazard facility alone, and approximately 15 other agencies across the system. We've been bringing in international nurses. We're up to about 25 international nurses. It would be great for our economy and our community if we could get those talents here locally and reinvest into our communities, because as he said, all of it leaves our community at this time.
Please describe how the program will effectively recruit individuals through direct contact with potential students and trainees.
I've been working with Peggy Williford, who is the healthcare occupation consultant for the Kentucky Department of Education. She does all the health occupations, and she has connected me with all the health occupation nurses who work in our current high schools. Here locally, we have Condra Ledford and Lisa Stacy and Melissa Combs at Perry Central and Hazard respectively. We are working with them to collaborate a path on a healthcare career for students in this area, and we plan to bring students from local high schools over here to see the simulation, what it feels like, what it looks like to take care of patients. We will also advise on the value of healthcare careers and how it can change the path of someone's life and their economic well-being. Additionally, we've made contact with Leslie County School Superintendent Brett Wilson, Perry County Superintendent Jonathan Jett, Knott County Superintendent Kim King, and Hazard City Sandy Johnson, and they are also on board with plans to move forward with introducing in the high schools. Additionally, we will attend all local career fairs and educate students on career paths in nursing and participate locally in anything that we can do to promote that career with Appalachian Regional Healthcare and the County of Perry.
Please describe how you would complete the project if there were a partial award or no award of the state funds requested. Does the award accelerate the timetable to launch the program?
We will continue to move forward with the project here in opening an associate degree registered nurse program here in Perry County. However, it will limit the number of qualified applicants that we will be able to admit to the school. Currently, and actually I think it was in 2013, it was reported that there were 650 qualified nurse applicants turned away from nursing school because of the lack of seats in that program. So with this funding, we would be able to move forward with some growth plans to admit anyone who would want to become a registered nurse. Does it accelerate the timetable? It really doesn't accelerate the timetable per se, but it does allow us, again, to admit more students at one time versus the original plans with one classroom.
And also with us being a poverty-stricken area, we know that education is the key component to getting out of poverty. So we will pursue to move forward with this any way that we possibly can. And offering this type of quality education here is a way for us to give our people a handout. I mean, a hand up instead of a handout. So yes, we definitely would pursue moving forward with great opportunities such as this.
It will also limit our investment in technology, which with the particular classrooms and the SIM Center, it will reduce the educational effectiveness of our program.
Please describe what costs are associated with the equipment purchase, such as utilities, special connections, rigging, site preparation costs, assembly needs, operator training, and/or maintenance costs.
There will be costs regarding all those things with this project, of course, when you're talking about computer equipment or simulation equipment. However, we have internal information technology support both on the college side, Galen College of Nursing side, as well as Appalachian Regional Healthcare that can manage those things. Also with the simulation equipment, we will buy warranty agreements with those, so if they break or are damaged in any way, that we will have something to work with until that can be repaired. As for utility costs and things like that, that will all be provided either by Appalachian Regional Healthcare or Galen College of Nursing. And so we will continue to have that. We also have already put in the project and have installed here high-speed internet connection. And so we have that all covered under our current operation status now.
Please describe what agreements you have in place with school districts other than your own. What is the distance to the next nearest program of similar scope your students would need to travel if your program is not awarded funding?
We actually are working with and have agreements with several school districts throughout the state of Kentucky from our Louisville facility. However, we're working with Perry County, Knott County, Breathitt County, Letcher County, all the surrounding counties to Perry to work on this. And our roles with the school is to educate students on health careers to help them meet their goals. We're also working with the Kentucky Community and Technical College System for articulation agreements, so there's associate degree students can finish their baccalaureate degree. And at the end of the day, we want to care for the citizens of this community, bridging the gap, because currently patients in need have to travel to Lexington. Also, there is a community college in the area. However, it's been unable to graduate the number of students needed to staff the local hospitals. I did bring an ad from Pikeville Medical Center where they offered $25,000 sign-on bonus to anyone who will relocate to the area. The problem with that is nurses from Louisville and Lexington move to Pikeville, work out their commitment, and then leave the community. Additionally, there is the nearest simulation center close to the one that we're proposing in this project is over 2 hours away at the University of Kentucky.